Yeah, in the medical world, there were like studies that started around 25 years ago now, really good studies, like clinical stuff, peer reviewed, the importance of magnesium's role in the body and why it has such an impact if you have not enough. So it's called the master mineral because it's not only electrolytic. In other words, it's what your body's using for your electrical processes, but it's also that catalyst for all your biochemical reactions. So your function, like just think about your brain. There's 80,000 thoughts to touch your index finger to your thumb, 80,000 thoughts that process they measured. And we can do all of our fingers all at once and we can wiggle our toes at the same time. So every one of those thoughts require magnesium at the core. And there is magnesium in the food you eat. A lot of times the magnesium has been depleted over the years because the soils got depleted and there's not enough magnesium, especially if you're under any kind of stress situation or if you're having to use your brain a lot. And this became a super mind age. So every time you use brain power, you're burning magnesium as a fuel. So think of magnesium as a fuel, not just an element, not just a structural thing. It's real fuel. If you take magnesium, like they used to make rims for tires out of magnesium, that's what they call them, mag rims. They don't do that anymore. Because in a car accident, if there's any fire, you could not put out that fire. You burn magnesium. You know, like those little sparklers that you get.
Yeah, so it's literally fuel.
Oh man, you can't even put it up with a fire extinguisher. So that's a critical thing. And you don't need a massive amount of magnesium. You need just the right amount. And you need the right form of it. And you need it coming into your body either through your skin, which is really cool, or orally. Now, if you take it orally, there are different magnesiums that tax your kidneys. So people who have kidney failure, they can't even touch magnesium orally. It's the form of magnesium. You want to have different forms, like there's products like magnesium L-threonate. There's a patented magnesium that's good for the brain. You've got magnesium bisglycinate that goes in to kind of feed the muscles, or magnesium aspartate. There's all these things, but the foods rich in magnesium have been depleted so much. Chocolate's one of the only ones that has good magnesium, but the problem with chocolate, and I use chocolate, I love it. Everyone loves chocolates, feel good stuff.
Right.
Is that it has theobromine, which will then start hammering you on the adrenal side because it's jacking you up all the time. So in order to have enough magnesium from chocolate, you got to have too much of it. Therefore, supplementing the magnesium, but getting a bioavailable one. There's chelated magnesiums. There's the one that comes into your skin is the best because you can put it geographically. When you eat it orally, you got to wait for it to get down to your ankle. You've got a problem. And if you just put it right in your ankle, so if you think about your muscle function, the calcium is what contracts and the magnesium is what relaxes. You got to have both when you're walking around, just that function alone. So people get stiff muscles, stiff joints. That's often 98% of the time magnesium deficiencies.
Wow, I had no idea that was the case. That's so good to know.
The place where it shows up the strongest is people who have used LSD in the past.
Oh, that figures, yeah.
That was a very popular thing back, from 1943 to 1963. It was used all over the world legally. Sandoz produced tens of millions of doses of LSD that was used in clinics everywhere. And they had all kinds of huge results. Most people don't know that, but the Canadian government did a documentary in 2002 called Hoffman's Potion, where they actually told the truth about what LSD was. And people say it's Lucifer, Satan, devil. No, sorry, it's D-lysergic acid. It's a true medicine that helped people dramatically to get out of all kinds of addictive problems and Alzheimer's. I mean, the stuff they did was just off the charts. But if you were low in magnesium, people could have what would be a bad trip. You shouldn't even be tripping on it at all.
Right.
Because it's a medicine that is making all the connections for the brain to the heart to the gut, and in giving sincere, deep thinking. And when you have proper amounts of magnesium, you see the colors in everything far brighter. So that one thing alone, LSD is illegal, so we're not talking about people doing that. We're not saying to do that. But in the past, that's what people found out. So magnesium levels low, bad experience. When they're high, great experience. Just like when you're sleeping, because when you're going into your sleeping, you're going on a journey. And look at the dream. I know it does. It makes a big difference. And
I was so surprised, and I remembered them all too. I was like, wow. I wonder, and intuitively, I thought, I bet you it has something to do with the magnesium. Yeah.
Right. It is. Oh yeah. People use it when they wake up in the morning to give them the energy through the day because that's a fuel. It's a calm energy, but it's powerful. And then at night, because your body's tired and wants to go to sleep, it helps you go much deeper, and it keeps all the synapse rolling through the whole process.
Ian, tell us the name of that documentary again you mentioned, because I want to make sure I include the link.
Yeah, it's Hoffman's Potion.
Hoffman's
Yeah,
Potion.
National Film Board of Canada. It was done in 2002. They'll find it on YouTube for free. It's
Okay.
55 minutes. It's a little bit grainy, but you can see it very well, and it's
Sure.
fascinating.
I'll include a link. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.